Yo, what's up, guys? It's DC Bakerlicious.
And this is Johnny Grimm.
At a certain point in their life, they got tired of their life being shitty. And they decided to change by default. And that decision and then the following grind is how you change. We them boys.
What's up? What's up, guys?
Solid.
What an intro.
What's up? Yo, this is them boys coming back at you again with DC Bakerlicious, Johnny Grimm, and introducing Mr. Goggles.
It's that KIDGoggles. Say hello to everybody.
What
What's up, Goggles?
What up, everybody? It's your boy, AGN, STR, KIDGoggles. I'm in here having fun with the dudes. I'm one of them boys now.
Yes,
Glad to be
boy.
here. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
We're
Just
good. We're good.
Ready to beat some ass at Super Smash. Oh,
Hey, aren't you just
Nah.
clever?
dude, for real though. Like I played Injustice.
Oh, we
Dude.
got bars?
What do you guys?
Dude, I played Injustice too, man, and I'm telling you, that's a great game. I played Mortal Kombat X as well, but it was okay.
The thing about it is that I play every fighting game. Like, I play Smash primarily, but like I'm currently in the process of turning my PS4 into like a fighter machine. I currently have Tekken, Guilty Gear, Marvel Infinite, and Skullgirls on it. And like within the next couple months, I'm going to get Blaze Blue.
I love that game.
Blaze Blue. I'm definitely get DBZ Fighters. Gundam Versus. Gundam Versus came
It's
out
so
a few
good.
weeks ago.
It's so
I haven't
good.
played it. And like there was one or two more. Like I want to be. I like playing fighting games. I like playing fighting games. I like playing every fighting game. So
Yeah, I like the
See-
anime fighters in Smash. Those are my favorite.
See, that's like a subgenre in and of itself.
It
Is
is.
those fighting games? It really is like an entire little genre
Yeah.
of actual stuff, that people actually, really enjoy and, watch. I mean, I'm a FPS guy. That's what I am. I really have grown towards like the strategy side. So like I like Fortnite, I like Rainbow Six Siege. Like those are my main games. I love Battlefield 1. I used to love it. But shooters have always been my stuff. Like ever since Halo 2, that's always been my stuff. Even though I played what's it called? GoldenEye, that's like my history. It's like GoldenEye, dude. GoldenEye changed everything. The Moonraker, I remember that. The Moonraker, and I
Yeah,
could
that
never
was-
get my character. Every game had big head mode. So
Yes!
I could not get the cheats out. I could not figure out how to get the cheats. Matter of fact, I actually had a little binder full of cheats. I went to my grandma's house and would print off. Like she would go to, she had a computer and she would go to like Washington, which is like 30 minutes away, which is just a small town in North Carolina. And I would just basically print video game cheats and have a good time on my own, you know,
Right.
an
I
alone
remember-
teenager going through puberty.
oh yeah, I did that for some of the fighting games I played when I played Marvel vs. Capcom 1. There was a bunch of secret characters. You had to like put in like input codes at the character select screen and be like, go to this character, hit down, down, left, left, right, right, up, down, down, and like spin it in like a figure 8 across the character select screen, and then you got to pick a
Solid.
secret character. And I remember, I forgot the name of the website now, but like I used to do that too. Like go to the cheat code website and print out pages and pages of stuff. Like
I remember
for that, and like Sonic Adventure, I
Oh,
had like
man.
pages and pages of stuff for Sonic Adventure because I had my Dreamcast. I was a big Dreamcast guy.
For me, it was Cheat Code Central for walkthroughs and stuff, Game Facts, and Code Junkies.
Yeah, Cheat Code Central. That's what everybody used.
CCC.
I
used to
still
be
have the
thing.
binder, man. I was obsessed with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was.
You know, that game was
everything
made
to me.
for cheat codes.
Which
I
one?
loved it. It literally was like.
Vice City.
And you know what's
Oh,
crazy is now they're talking about it. Like, if you think about it, cheat codes have become like microtransactions now.
Yeah.
Like, good God, man, that's such a big thing. That's such a big cluster F word. Since we're not cussing on the podcast.
If-
I respect
the
it.
whole, where we're trying, the whole fact that you can't, I mean, just what's happened in the past week has been amazing to see from like a gamer's perspective.
You talking about the
because,
EA
like,
stuff?
Oh
Yeah, I just can't believe that like people are finally saying we're not buying this. Like that's so crazy to me to see people saying like, yeah, I want to buy the game, but other people are actively going and warning other people to not buy the game because of what's going on.
Oh yeah,
So
everybody has a breaking point.
it really is.
Sometimes you forget that because that breaking point is kind of like far out there sometimes,
Right.
but like you get to a point where like,
Yeah,
cause
they're
like
done, dude.
that's
They're
how
done.
that's how it works. It's like a company, cause these companies are trying to make money, so they're gonna do whatever they can if they think it'll make money, and like as consumers, like most of the time we just sit there and take it like, well, we want the thing, so we'll pay the money for it. But like eventually it gets to the point where like, all right, this is too scummy, and you want too much of my money for too little of your effort. So we're just gonna not give you the money. And then when you start to impact the pockets and you start taking away their money, people start to shape up. People start to
Right.
shape up and fall in line and like, all right. And then, and you know they got to do it in like the most like self-serving way possible. We, as a wonderful company, have decided to grace
Right.
the fans. We've decided to listen to our fans because we're such a great company and provide you with a service that you got. No, dude, like you guys suck, and we and like we told you sucked, and you decided to not suck. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
we went ahead and got a call from Disney, and they said that if we don't chill the fuck out, we're basically
they're gonna cut us
you know
off. Yeah.
not going to be around. Like,
Right.
did you see where they shut down that Marvel game, that Marvel's Online game?
No, I did not.
EA shut it down. Yeah, they just shut it down. And a lot of people are thinking the reason why they shut it down is because of the way that Battlefront's acting. Like they're basically like in a mob movie where like the dude's like the boss is like just to prove how serious I am, I'm gonna kill one of my bodyguards. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like Disney's like, look, like we have no problem doing this. Like we will do it. So like Disney, if you think about it, it couldn't have come out at a better time. This could not have happened at a better a better spot as far as like people sticking their foot down. But think about it. This IP is Star Wars. So this is such a big IP.
One of the
This
biggest
could
franchises
only
in the
happen
world,
on
yeah.
this IP. I really think because it's Star Wars that helped it absolutely go into the stratosphere. They're
Yeah.
like, wait, it's Star Wars? Like everybody knows that. So that really helped them out, I think.
I'd agree with that.
I really think that they're actually, in a situation now where they're like, dang, what do we do? Their
Yeah.
PR team has to be like really upset.
Yeah,
I know I would.
it
I
was a
believe
gift
it.
and a curse. It's definitely a gift and a curse situation because like it's one of the biggest, most well-known franchises on Earth. So like when they do something really grimy and really crummy, instead like if it was just like a brand new IP with like unknown characters nobody had ever heard of before, it would be like, oh, this company's just a scummy company trying to take our money. We're not going to give them money, and the game would just get buried. The game
Right.
would just like fade into obscurity. But now it's because it's the thing that's the biggest thing in the world, and everybody still wants it so bad. But on
Yeah.
top of that, they're still not gonna
Well,
buy it
people
because
cosplay it. People write fanfics about it. You got fan-made movies on Star Wars. You got entire clubs, cultures, even classes dedicated to the music and the art. So I mean, like it's a serious business for a part of at least American culture. So
Oh,
when you
it's
take something
huge,
like
man.
that, yeah, you take something like that, and then you use that to try and take advantage of people. That's when it gets big, and that's when people like instead of just like ignoring it, they take action against it. Like, listen, y'all need to fix this. This is terrible. I hate you. And then it started to like bleed over into other things. I'm not gonna get the toys anymore. I'm not gonna go see the movie no more because everything Star Wars is just trying to steal my money.
That's
Stuff can
what
get
they're
out of hand
scared
quick. My mentality is real. My mentality is wow.
That's what they were scared about. That they were really terrified that we could, that they could get into a position where they, really see significant losses. And of course EA is going to backpedal. It's just such a shame that it has been so ingrained in the actual game that there's no way they're going to be able to pull it out
Right.
completely. They're going to have to do a complete rehaul to do it. Which DICE is a good company. I mean, they'll do it. I mean, DICE is fantastic.
They are.
They make Battlefield. I mean, But EA, man, all those companies, those distributors are for the those dudes. They like Bungie. I have no doubt that they did not want to put that crap in the game. But from the business side of it, it's like, yeah, we're making like the majority of our money on this microtransaction stuff. Like,
which is
it's
crazy.
helped EA stock go amazing. So from like a business side, they were not going to stop until they got until someone bit their hand.
Yeah.
Like they were literally sticking their fist in the crocodile's mouth, like bite me, you know. So
Right.
this is it, man. I mean, here's the thing: they planned for that too. A lot of people were saying that. I think Joe said it. Angry Joe Show said that they actually think about it. Like they said, it could very easily be turned off because it's a microtransaction. So
Mhm.
they definitely had their asses covered. They definitely tried to have like their backs, you know, like oh, you know, yeah, we'll turn it off. But even at a later date, they said they were gonna, you know, put it back on.
Re-implement.
So,
Right, yeah. The temporary removal of said services.
But like that's the whole thing about it is like it's not that any one thing they did was super terrible. It was just like a combination of like the business model works. Like you look at you were talking about shooters before and I wanted to like reference it before, but like you look at Overwatch. I play a ton of Overwatch and I really like it, and every game out there that's like a shooter has like a loot box system
They do.
that has microtransactions attached to it because that's how they make money. But they make money off the concept of if you don't want to pay us more money, you can just play the game and you'll get all the stuff eventually.
Right.
But when you like that basic model works because if you have a couple extra $100 and you really want the thing, you can go buy the thing. But if I don't want to spend money because I'm broke and I already spent $60 on the game, I can just play the game and get the thing. And
Right.
there's nothing you can pay for that gives you an inherent advantage over me. So, but what they did, they were putting stuff that you could pay for in the game that was giving people large advantages over other players and making the grind to get it extremely excessive. So it was like, it wasn't
Yeah.
that they implemented something bad because every game has that system, but they just skewed it so hard against the player that it really just felt like you were being taken advantage of.
well, they went full predatory. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Activision has already gotten to a point where they're patenting several things. They've already they got one thing passed. They got another thing that they're proposing. It's going to be interesting to see how that affects Activision because Activision, I don't, I really think they're going to try to push really far too. I don't know if they're really that scared about what's going on, but I tell you, man, like all these companies looking at loot boxes and stuff, you're going to see eventually where people are going to just
Where the line is.
They're going to ban them. They're going to ban loot boxes. Maybe not altogether, but like definitely ones that are predatory. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, like it was so big that the entire industry had to be paying attention and taking notes. Like, okay, this is definitely where the hard line is. We can't go here.
Yeah.
Where we can go and still be acceptable, there's like
Right.
a little bit of a gray area. Like it's pretty much everyone learned. It's pretty much accepted from this experience that you can't have people pay for something that gives you advantage over other players. Like that's
No.
like the main takeaway that everybody can know. That's a hard line. You can't cross that line.
Right.
Everything else in terms of like what you can and can't ask for people to pay extra for, there's a lot of gray area there, but a lot of people are probably taking notes and adjusting their business plans moving forward off of it.
I mean, I would
Yeah, I
hope
think
so.
so. Yeah, I mean they are. I mean, FIFA dropped their stuff. You know, they're doing all that stuff, man. Like that. I mean, which is good. I love it. I mean,
It's,
I'm
it's
really
definitely a
happy
power
for
to the
it.
players kind of situation, and the fact that we're all still sticking together. You good? Still sticking together on this and still moving forward with it, and we haven't fizzled out like we normally do after a couple days. That's a good sign as well.
Yeah, it is.
So now I gotta ask you, Goggles. Now we're both from Rochester, I know we said this before on the show, but he's also from the area, and he basically, him and a couple other people, mostly him, started up the Smash scene years ago. So you'll tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I can, for sure. First of all,
Just a little bit.
First of all, I live like 7 minutes from here. This place is like John lives closer to me than literally all of my other friends. It's hilarious. But
Wow.
well, realistically, I didn't build the Smash scene. When I started playing, I started going to tournaments in 2005. And that was when Melee was out, and that was when Melee was around. And I had just been playing and meeting everybody, and I enjoyed myself so much. I just kept going to stuff and kept going to stuff. And it got to a point right before, right around the time when Smash 4 came out. Smash 4 came out, and now in retrospect, I'm really glad it did, because it put a fire under me. It came out on the 3DS first, like 4 months ahead of time of the console version. So like in those 4 months, there was a bunch of tournaments going on and a bunch of stuff happening in Rochester, and the Melee community was still growing and still going pretty strong, and they were running Smash 4 tournaments at their at the Melee tournaments. But the problem was that like the Smash 4 guys were getting like pushed off to the side and like clearly treated like the ugly stepchild nobody wanted, and like clearly getting like sent over to the corner. Yeah, we'll run a tournament for you guys, but you guys stay over there and like in the corner, and like we're not going to give you any stream time, we're not going to give you any billing, we're not going to like put any effort into what we're doing for you. And I'm like, I'm a expressive guy, I'm a very straightforward, like talk about like whatever I say is what I feel. So I was like, yo, listen, this is a problem, I don't like this, how come you guys are treating my Smash 4 players so much worse? And they basically hit me with the, if you don't like it, you go run your own tournaments. And I was like,
So you were like,
oh,
go ahead and do that.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
All right, then. I guess I'm going to do it. Because I had been running tournaments. Like, back in the Melee days when I first started, there was a place called Arena 51. Shout-outs to Arena. Shout-outs to Kelvin. That they were running stuff, and then because I had so much fun there, I started like joining in, like, hey, what can I do? How can I help out? And from there, I kind of like ramped up. So I had been running tournaments for a little while, but like that was that one day, that one moment was really what lit a fire into me. I was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna build this scene. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna make it huge. I'm gonna make it way bigger than the Melee community, and I'm gonna rub it in y'all faces every chance I get, because y'all didn't want to listen to me the first time. And that's kind of exactly what happened. I've been running tournament. I found a guy who had a really great venue called A Gamer's Nostalgia. Shout outs to Chris. Shout outs to Chris Williams.
Nice.
Me and him were working on some business stuff together. He sponsors me to play the game. That's what AGN is. Whenever you see it in front of my name, and I've been running tournaments with him and at his shop pretty much since the game came out on console. It's been about 3 years now. Right before I got my trucking job, I went out and I had done it. I had run a tournament every month when I stopped doing, I was on 25, I think. I got into like 25 straight tournaments every month.
Nice. And
I was just putting a lot of work in to promote and get people to show up and build the scene and play with people and like create a community and create like a culture. That's what it was. I was trying really hard to just build a culture that would facilitate bringing more people in, people enjoying themselves, and like just growing a scene. And it worked out really well. I'm really glad. I'm happy with what's come from it and all the guys that I've met and brought into the scene. I can tell it's impacted their lives a lot. It's a lot of realistically, the Smash scene around here, it's not, the stereotype isn't true, but here in Rochester, it's a lot of real young guys. It's a lot of like 13 to 17 to 18-year-old guys that are coming in.
A lot of younger ones. Yeah.
And it's great because I get to like, I'm 28 now. I'm the dad now. Like I'm Papa Goggles to most of these dudes.
I got you.
So I get to like teach them life skills and life lessons. And realistically, I'm gonna throw this out there as like the number one guy in Rochester for the scene. Smash like is a breeding ground for autism. Like there's a lot of people with like low social skills or social issues or developmental problems that all jump in and really love Smash. And it's great because there's a place for people like that to all come together and like work on those things together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really great scene for that kind of thing because there's so many different types of people and shades of people from all different backgrounds. It teaches people a lot about how to interact and how to grow up and how to be mature, and like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it that I'm really glad has happened for them and myself as a result.
Yeah, and I definitely say this too. You guys make it super easy. The Facebook pages that are there are everybody that's on there that I've seen so far that asks questions or has responses are pretty much super helpful. You get the occasional jab or joke, but that's to be expected out of a video game community.
Especially when everybody knows each other so
Yeah,
well.
super helpful, but also super accessible. I mean, I made a flyby comment months ago about liking Smash, and someone knew about the Smash page, and then somehow I wound up getting I tried to join, got accepted. So like as a newbie to the scene when I first started playing, I was already brought in. People were answering questions, you know, kind of trying to lead me the right way, and it's crazy to see a community work as well as that.
Yeah,
It's definitely.
I
definitely a
put a
statement.
lot of work and effort into building that culture up. Like, hey, listen, when new guys like, there's a big thing, especially at my tournaments, where anytime a new person shows up, usually if a new guy comes, it'd be like them and like a couple of their friends or a girlfriend or whatever, and people, like I said, it's a lot of people who are socially awkward, don't have a lot of social skills for whatever reason, and they'll like sit in the corner and just play with their friends all day, the people that they came with, and
Right.
like I will beeline right up to these three people and be like, listen, you get up, you have to go over there to the other side of the room. You get up, you got to go over there to the other side of the room. You three are not allowed to, if you guys came together, you're not allowed to play with each other the entire day. And it forces them to
do something.
interact with other people and to
Right.
make friends and to have conversations. And that's the kind of thing that helps people get attached to the scene and makes them want to come back.
Right.
Because if you're not good at the game and you show up and you get blown out and you go 2-0 and you only played friendlies with the people you came with, what incentive is there to come back next time?
Right. That's kind of like what they do in the Magic scene around here at Smitty's and Millennium. You come in with a certain group, they try to pair you up outside of that group.
Exactly.
Usually your Magic ID lines up perfectly for that too. But yeah,
That's so cool, dude.
it's cool.
That's so fascinating to me, man. Because like, I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was younger,
Me too.
and like I didn't play the game. I didn't play. I've never played Magic or anything like that. But that's fascinating. I remember when Super Smash was huge. Like my brother got a GameCube. He was playing Super Mario Sunshine. We were playing that. Luigi's Mansion. And
Yeah.
I played Smash, but I never like really enjoyed it. Really loved it, but it's fascinating now. Like once John or whatever Graham told me about all the different stuff you can do, and like it's crazy the actual intricacies of this game. Like it's amazing to me. Like I was looking at like tournaments where people are like bouncing people. To me, the most fascinating part of Smash is like once you get off of the actual ground, like once you're in the air, that's fascinating to me. That like you have to, the danger increases, like because there's nothing below you, and then you actually have to like start battling, and make sure you actually get them off the screen. That's so
I would
weird.
say Smash is probably one of the best viewer sports to watch in esports. Because, like, a shooter's fun to watch, Overwatch is fun to watch, but when you start getting games like Super Smash Bros., where you can be DBZing it and, just doing crazy stuff, as a viewer, as a crowd, it is one of the most fun things to watch. When you get a crowd popping off because somebody just came back from a 3-stock deficit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, man.
That's something that fighting games in general
True.
have over other genres of games. Like if like I play Overwatch, I play a fair amount of Overwatch, but like when I watch the tournament games, it's still really easy for me to get lost because there's 12 dudes I literally can't even say there's 12 dudes on the screen, because you'll never be in a situation where all 12 dudes
Right.
are on the screen, no matter how you position the camera. There's
Right.
12 dudes out there. They're all in different places. They're all doing different things. They all have different abilities, and it's really difficult sometimes to keep track of everything that's going on. In MOBAs, like, I've never played any of the MOBAs. I don't play League or Hunt or Dota or anything like that. So if I try to jump in and start watching, I literally have no idea what's going on.
Right.
I can't follow, and the commentators have gotten to the point where, like, they're commentating for other people who play the game. Like, you'd have to have, like, a specific new person event, like an event with commentary specifically designed for new people in order for me to understand.
Stream or separate channel.
Yeah, but
new
with
players
fighting
almost.
games, Street Fighter, Smash, Marvel, like, everything is right there on the screen. This is that guy. This is that guy. These are their health bars, or these are their percent meters.
These are the people playing them.
These are the people playing. They're gonna hit each other on the screen directly in front of you. They're gonna hit each other until one of them dies or explodes.
Right.
And it's really easy to follow, no matter how much experience you have.
That's crazy, man. I mean, that's so fascinating to me. When John told me about it, I was like, I didn't understand the concept. Like, I was like, who still plays Smash Brothers, you know? But
Fucking
like
casual
you're
ass
saying,
game he's over here saying. This
like-
casual
this-
ass.
what you were
Like, I'm
saying.
25. This children, who plays this children's party game anymore?
Nah, you know what's crazy is we had a place where I live in Greenville. We actually had someone opened up a place where you could go and they would play video games. Like, they had PS3s, Xbox 360s, and they sold the company for like $60,000. They have tournaments and stuff like that where you could just go play, and you know. So, but I understand what you're saying as far as, like, you know, people you're helping these kids. You know, I thought it was interesting. I laughed when you said it's a breeding ground for autism. I was like, that sounds bad to me, but what you meant is, like, you know, it's like a playground for people, you know, like to, you know, get better and get more sociable. I was like, good God, a breeding ground for autism.
People with social disabilities are drawn to Smash Brothers. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I play a lot of different fighting games, and Smash always has the highest concentration. And it's not like, and I'm definitely, like, I say it in jest because, like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum myself. But, like, actually, I shouldn't even say that. That's
Everybody's on
like,
the spectrum.
that's a black dude. Like, I'm not, it just sounds like I'm not racist. I have a black friend, but like so, like, I don't want to use the
You're
fact
on the
that I
black
may or may not be on the spectrum to justify saying so. But, like, it's never. The point is, I'm not saying it with malice. It's just, like, a fact of the matter
I
is that,
got
like,
you.
a lot of people in the Smash community have some some form of social disability, but because there's such a wide swath of people, it helps those people learn to function better in social situations,
Right.
because they're coming to a place that they know is safe to spend time doing a thing they like
The conduit is Smash.
with an entire room of people who have similar interests.
Some of which don't know how to shower.
That's
Oh, that's
that's part of
man.
my culture. In the Smash community, I make sure all these dudes come in smelling fresh. I've definitely worked that into the culture. My guys, shout outs to Rochester, upstate New York Smash. My guys do not come in smelling like smelling whack. My dude come in extra fresh. Because if they don't, they gonna hear from me.
They're gonna get hit with a bar deodorant.
I will not hesitate. Everyone knows I will not hesitate to put someone on blast. I don't, like, when it comes to something like that. I'm tactful about it. I'm like, hey, come over here. I need to talk to you. Hey, listen, there's a problem. We got to work on this. But, like, when I hear about a problem, I will address it, because I hate that stereotype, and I always want to make sure, like, yo, my guys buck the trend.
90% of Smash memes against Smashers are usually about bad hygiene, which is funny as hell. Or that it's not a real fighting game. Yo, somebody said that to me the other day, and
It's
I was
not
like,
a real fighting
really?
game. It's cartoons. You
I was
know
like,
that, don't lie.
really?
It's a children's party game. It's a brawler. It's a platform attacker.
I was
Listen,
like,
all I do is
1v1 me.
I play
For
everything. I play literally every fighting game, and I'm like, what's the definition of a fighting game? last I checked, the definition of a fighting game is a video game in which you fight people.
Right.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, when you beat Die Hard Arcade or when you beat Double Dragon and Billy and Jimmy gotta fight each other over the girl, that's a fighting game to me. If it's a game where you are fighting, it is a fighting game.
It's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with y'all. You know, I mean, if you're fighting in a game, it's a fighting game.
I don't know why it has to be more complicated
I'm
than
sure
that.
the Smash
It seems
fans wanna
obvious.
know, who do you main and why? Oh boy, here we go.
I main a character that is too fast for the naked eye.
God.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's a Sonic fan.
Dude, Sonic's amazing. Cue the dogs.
I have a question. Do you know how to spin dash?
Spin dash.
Do you know how to spin dash? Was that a Chief Keef shout out?
You know what?
Yeah,
you know what-
Chief Keef.
Yes.
Shout out.
I hope it was. Yo, shout out to
Shout out, Chief
that
Keef.
guy
Shout out
is
to Chief
awesome.
Keef. He's
Neutral.
literally.
That's an interesting way to say spin dash.
Well, I really want to ask you a question about like
What's
how,
up?
how big is this organization? Like, how big is the Rochester scene that you are specifically in, as far as like the Facebook and all that stuff? How big is that?
Okay, so there's a few different answers to that. I'll try to go through them as quick as I can. I personally created, own, and mod a Facebook group called the Rochester Fighting Game and Smash Community. And like I said, I play every fighting game. Smash is my favorite, but I play every fighting game, so I try to build a group for everybody in Rochester that plays any fighting game so that we can all play together and grow the scene together and everything like that. That group has, and don't respond immediately to this, that group has like 750, 800 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a ton of people from Syracuse in it. There's a ton of people from Buffalo in it. A couple people from like Toronto. A few people it's like generally people from all over the area. The Smash community in Rochester specifically, it's kind of broken up into like 4 very distinct parts, which is RIT.
Mm-hmm.
RIT does they do a meetup on Wednesday nights and Friday nights and a tournament every other Friday. And they usually get, at this point, they're getting like between 35 and 50 people every 2 weeks for that bi-weekly tournament.
That's pretty good.
There's
It's a lot.
MCC.
Two
MCC. MCC Maroon Community College. They do their own tournament every other Wednesday, I believe, and they get 20 to 25 people each time. And then there's the University of Rochester. There's the U of R. They have a Smash scene, and they have meetups every Thursday, and they do a Thursday tournament once a month, and they get roughly 35 people or so for that.
That makes sense.
But a lot of it is like each college has its own scene, and various people from those colleges travel to all the other colleges. So like the RIT guys go to MCC, and the U of R guys go to RIT, and they're all intermingling.
Right.
And then aside from those 3 groups, there's like the Rochester Smash community of people who don't go to college, people who are here in June. Because it's like I tried really hard to like let these guys know that like, listen, you have to focus on building the scene in the city as well, because you don't want to put all this effort into the college kids, and then June through September rolls around and literally there's no one to play with because everyone's gone.
It's a desert.
Is like June to September, and then again in November, like November till January. That's literally half the year. A lot of these dudes just aren't here. Mm-hmm. So like I was showing them, you got to build a scene of people who are here and live here too. And there's like probably like 10 to 15 guys that live here in Rochester that travel to stuff fairly consistently.
Right.
And then there's a whole scene, and then there's the whole scene in Buffalo, and there's the whole scene in Syracuse, and I built a Discord for like the entire upstate New York scene, so that all three cities can intermingle and communicate and build community and travel to each other's events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds great, man. Sounds amazing.
If the biggest tournament we've had where I tried really hard to get everybody from each city to come, I had like 85 people at that tournament.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that was
Sounds
the
like you
biggest
guys
one.
stayed busy for that then.
Yeah.
So you see any time in the future trying to go to like, get people to go to like events like Evo or any of those?
Yeah, a lot of my guys went to Evo this year.
Did they? How'd
Yeah,
they do?
they
How'd they
went to-
do? Anybody do all right or?
Well, none of them got like top 64 or like any like really high placings, but one of our guys that's here in Rochester, there's a very well-known Japanese player. He's like the best Mega Man player in the world.
Okay.
And one of our guys from Rochester beat him at Evo.
Really?
It was on stream and everything. Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, shout outs to Dom. You the homie.
Dom did it.
We Dom did it, man.
Dom did some damage, it
Yeah,
sounds
Dom
like.
did some damage. Shout outs to him. One of my proteges.
I mean, to
One
be
of my
fair,
sons.
What we're probably going to do is at some point, too, after this podcast, just for all you people on our Patreon, I'm going to play a couple rounds with Goggles, a couple more rounds with KIDGoggles here, and we're going to put it up on Patreon and probably YouTube, too, so everybody can see it, but at a later date, so our Patreon people will be able to see it first, and everybody else will be able to see it later. But yeah, so that's cool. That's some cool stuff. And like I said, I know I'm late to get on the bandwagon and kind of check everything out, but I started
Better
playing
late than never.
Smash. Yeah, I started playing
That's pretty
Smash in
usual.
Melee myself.
Well, see, what I want to know, I really want to know, what are some of the actual terminology for Smash? Like,
Oh,
what
there's
is
so
the actual
much.
terminology? You know?
So much.
Uh,
You got teching, footstools, jab locks, frame data, fucking.
well, a lot
nair,
of like
dare.
half of that stuff was actually that's important. Half of that stuff is like general fighting game stuff. Like
True.
there's teching in every game.
That's
there's locks in every game. There's combos in every game. But the term for aerials, like the moves you do in the air, like it's different for Smash than it is for most games, because
Right.
most games it's like you have your jab, your jab, fierce, your light, medium, heavy. That's what I was
Right.
gonna say. You got your light, medium, heavy. Maybe you got punches and kicks, and then if you do it in the air, it's just the same move. It's just heavy kick and then
Right.
heavy kick in the air.
That's
It's a different move, but it's still heavy kick.
And that's in most of your games.
Right. But in Smash, you have jabs, which is just hitting the A button. You have tilts, which is like
Love tilts.
holding a direction and then hitting the A button.
Mhm.
You have smash attacks, which is hitting a direction and the A button at the same time. And then the aerials work on a slightly different concept. Like
Yeah,
they
there's
have
5 different aerials
Yeah.
per character.
and you hit the A button and you either do it with the stick at neutral or you do it up, down, forward, or backward.
Right.
And then it's just you have your aerial move, air, and then whatever the first letter of that direction is that you did, you just put that in front of air. So it's like fair is forward air.
Except for up air.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't say you air.
You just say it, up air.
only gross people say you air.
Like, who says that? Just say up air.
Yeah, exactly. But
And then you got your B reverses.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Is tech chasing in other games?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's
Footstools, like you said.
each game has its own like
terminology. Bro.
has its own terminology,
Yeah.
has its own niche, has its own like specifics. So every game is a little bit unique, and that's the cool thing about it, is that if you stick around long enough, there's like I'm starting to get to the point where like I have this theory that applies so far. I've figured out that it applies to rap music, it applies to anime, and I think it also applies to fighting games, which
Okay.
is there is one for everyone. Like
That sounds exactly right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like,
mean, there has to be, man.
there's so many out there, and they're also different and varied, and
That's fair.
have different like IPs that it all affects like who plays it. Like
Right.
there are people that walk around in their normal day-to-day lives and go to their white-collar jobs with Batman shirts on.
Right.
And those people love Batman. So they're going to buy Injustice and they're going to play it because they like Batman and they want to play as Batman.
Just like I like anime fighters, but I can't stand Tekken, so you know I'm gonna get Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yo, shout
really
out
don't
to
like
DBZ. Yo, oh
You
man.
never liked Tekken?
Not
You
a
didn't
big
like Tekken, John? You know, it's not your
Nah.
jam?
Nah, I can't. I don't know. Games like Street Fighter and Tekken feel clunky to me. That's why I like anime fighters and such, because they just feel more fluid. They just feel.
That's like when I really sat down to think about it, that's what I came to as to why I like Smash the most, is because it gives me the most freedom of movement over and control over my character.
Yeah, I just feel like you don't necessarily find two of the same Mario players. You don't find two people. I don't
There's
know.
a lot of
I feel like-
freedom of expression.
Yes.
There's a lot of freedom of
Yes.
expression. There's a lot of you can have your own style. You can put your own stank on the character, whatever you want to do. Like when you play Street Fighter, you jump forward. As soon as you hit up forward, you are locked into this one arc of jumping forward.
Right.
Whereas in Smash, you jump forward, you can continue to go forward, you can lean back, you have a double jump, you have full control over your character in the air.
DI is super important.
Well, there's just a lot of freedom involved in it, which I think is why I like it the most. Even though the aspect of competition and like I like kung fu movies, so I like dudes
Okay.
fighting each other.
Right.
So like that's always been a big thing
What's
for
your
me.
favorite kung fu movie right now?
First one that immediately came to mind was Ip Man 2.
Okay.
I believe it was the one with Mike Tyson.
Was that two?
It was either 2 or
Maybe.
3.
I think that was 3. I'm not sure.
It might have been 3.
I don't know.
Ip Man 3 or Ip Man 2 with the Mike Tyson fight was amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good fight. Good choreography
Mike,
on that.
what was it? Mike Tyson was in it or something?
Yeah, he was fighting the man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Donnie Yen? Is it Donnie Yen?
I'm not
in
sure.
Ip Man? I think it is.
I know the camera angles were great.
Yeah.
Whoever the camera director was on that, they did a really good job. That was a solid fight scene. Yeah, I don't know,
Sounds
man.
like it.
Like I said, I started Smash a while ago, and I was usually, you hear this all the time. I was better than all my friends.
Yep.
I was better in Melee.
Best on my block.
In Brawl, I started playing in high school with my friends, and people literally, like, I had a friend who stopped being my friend. Because he was just so sick of the way things happen. And even, like, more recently when Smash 4 came out, my brother-in-law stopped playing with me before I got competitive. Like, now he'll play with me again. But now that I've gotten in the competitive scene, I start doing more disgusting things. My edge guard is different. My follow-ups are different. And I always feel like, for me, I haven't had a wall. I haven't had, in some games you get to a wall where you just can't get better.
Yeah.
In Smash, it's like, well, okay, I'm slowing down at progression with this character. I'm going to hop off to my pocket or something, and that's what I've been doing.
And like you get to the point where even when you're losing, you understand why it's happening and you understand what you can do about it to
Right.
keep it from happening in the future.
Exactly. And that's the thing, and and it's funny, I started off with Mario as my main competitively, and now I'm using bottom tier characters like Ganon and Charizard. I pick Zard when it's Cloud or Bayo, and a lot of those,
Interesting.
but when it's anyone who's not a zoner, you're going to find me playing Ganon. If
Okay.
it's like Captain Falcon, not Mario, I will not play against Mario with Ganon. That's just
Makes
not
sense.
for me, it's not a good matchup. But when it's Bayo, you're going to find me playing Zard 100% of the time. I'm Bayo killer.
But there was one thing you said earlier that like really struck a chord with me when you were talking about one of your friends that just like stopped talking to you because you beat him in Smash too much.
Yeah.
And like
He's not my friend, but
that's a big thing for me because when I was talking about teaching these kids like life skills and like things about how to be mature and how to like progress through your life, like Smash teaches you a lot of life lessons, and one of the biggest ones is you got to learn how to take an L.
yeah,
Sometimes
for sure. You just gotta take that out.
Is like as my like even when you do something right, it's like my man. Shout outs to the next generation, my man Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay.
Sometimes you can do everything right and still lose.
Yep.
And you just gotta be okay with that. You gotta learn how to take losses sometimes. You like playing competitively will show you like how to maintain your salt levels, how to like control your emotional
Control
state.
your cockiness.
Yes.
You ever
I
watch
still
somebody?
can't.
Have you ever watched somebody win 2 sets, be up 3 lives, but be so cocky they lose the next 3 sets?
Yes.
Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
crazy. I saw that the other day and I was like, oof.
Oh, he was feeling himself too much.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of humility that goes, especially if you want to get good at a game.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get good at a game, you have to accept that you're bad. And
Yep.
that's exactly how real life is. If you want to get good at anything, you have to acknowledge and accept that you're bad and figure out what makes you bad
I just
and
got
how
there
to
a month
fix
ago.
it. And how to fix it and what to do about it, and that's the only way you get good at Smash, Tekken, Street Fighter, or any skill in life. Is you have to accept your failures and your
To be ready to
shortcomings.
grow. Yeah. That's what happened to me, about a month ago. I when I started playing competitively with my friends, I hadn't played online at all yet or anything, and they were pretty much bodying me. And then shortly after that, I was on even with them, and then like a week later, I started killing them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started feeling myself too much, so I was playing for glory and whatnot. And then one day, there's this guy, he just humiliated me. It was terrible. There was no coming
Was
back.
that someone we know, man?
No, it
Was
wasn't
that-
someone we
I've
know.
never seen him in person.
Well, this is him. Welcome to the podcast, The Wife.
Hey,
What's up? What's good? Yo, I
Anything
just
you wanna
changed my
say for-
profile pic. What's up?
we got girls out here now.
Is that
They
too
that
loud?
exist
girl?
on the internet now.
It's the music.
Yeah, they're
The music is fine. The stomping is a little much.
okay.
but it's
we're
fine.
walking.
Yeah, I hear you
That's fine.
stomping on the yard. Please
That's all
stop
good.
that,
That's
Casey. That's very annoying to hear. Please.
Well, somebody's got.
I mean, realistically, we can
Please,
wrap it
that's
up and I
very
can just
annoying,
edit this
okay?
out because it's been
Look,
good.
let me just
Cut
tell
that,
you
cut
something.
that, cut
alright?
Hey.
Personally, I do not like your tone right now.
Oof.
So just
Personally,
leave.
I
Just
do not
go
like
ahead
your
and
face
leave,
right now.
Casey.
Ooh.
Okay, we don't need
Shots.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you, Casey. Yo, for real though, like I got all my school done. Like I was so worried this past week. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to do all this schoolwork, but I didn't have to do
What's he
any
do?
of it
He
at
doesn't
all.
work, does he?
Nah.
You don't work? What do you do all week?
Dang.
I know.
Sting, she's
but
still coming at
still.
him.
I know.
She is still.
I
My
know.
wife is
You
savage.
done opened up a box, man.
I'm a
Yo, you're just a hater. You're
I'm
just a hater.
procrastinator, and I wait
She is. She waits till the last couple of days.
Wakes
I love
up
you,
with
honey.
that hater raid. Bye.
Do you guys need anything? Water?
I'm good, babe.
Nah.
Something to mention?
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, give me some water. I need some water.
Well, maybe you should
Yeah,
come
give
up
my
here,
man-
boy.
Yeah, give my man some
I
water.
know, I should
If
come
you're gonna be
up
that
here.
nice
Yeah.
about it, that means you fine with just delivering to my man, right? Making house calls.
I would love to.
No, but I
man.
think that was solid.
Hopefully, I would like to.
We
One
should
day
wrap
I'd
it
like
up,
to
though.
be-
Before we do that, is there anything final things you want to say for the viewers?
Yo, play video games, man. Play video
Hey.
games. Play what you like. Have fun with it. Like it. If you, especially if it's a hobby, anything you're doing as a hobby, if you not enjoying yourself, you gotta force yourself to do it. You're doing it wrong. It should always be for the love and for the enjoyment
facts.
first.
That's facts.
And people lose sight of that a lot of the time. But you gotta like remember why you do what you do.
That's
Yeah,
facts. I hear
for
you.
sure. You need to. I mean, look, for me, I enjoy this conversation immensely. I don't know anything about Smash, so for me, this is fantastic. I absolutely love it. You know, I'm sure everybody that's listening at home, yeah, I'm sure y'all love this one because this is an actual interview where we actually learn about something as far as like a video game or something. So, you know, I mean, I'm really happy that I was able to hear this. I mean, you know, it's amazing. I mean, because I wouldn't know anything about Smash. Like, I don't know anything about that. Like, I just played Tekken when I was young and Mortal Kombat just a little bit. You know, I'm really just a shooter guy, like a Fortnite and a Rainbow Six Siege guy.
Right.
You know?
But like,
So-
and that's the coolest thing about it is that like, Smash is one video game, and there's very few people that only play Smash. If someone's playing Smash enough to go to tournaments, that means they're a gamer. That means they're playing stuff heavy. That means they're playing
Right.
a lot of other stuff when they're not at the tournament. Like, I'm what am I about to? I'm not. I already told you guys everything that I play, but like one of my teammates, his name is San. Shout outs to San, AG and San. What up, best Ike?
Shit, yeah, I saw
he
that.
like he almost never plays Smash unless he's at a tournament. He doesn't play anything like Smash when he's not at tournaments. Every time I talk to him, he's like, "Yo, I just finished this Japanese light novel. I just played Fire Emblem for the last few hours. I just played such and such RPG.
Damn, so he's just good.
Yeah, I just got finished rocking Xenoblade, or he plays all the RPGs. He plays all the strategy games. Big Fire Emblem guy. So like he doesn't play anything even resembling a fighting game when he's not chilling with us at the Smash tournaments. So like. When you come to it, if you like, even if you don't play, just come out. If you hear about an event, show up and see what happens. Because like, you don't have to play the game as long as you want to find more people that enjoy video games. Because whatever video game you play, if you go to a group of gamers, there's gonna be somebody who plays the thing that you play, and there'll be a way to bond over it.
That's a true assessment. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. So
Very true.
y'all should leave a comment below. If you do play Smash, who's your main?
Yeah.
And if you do play Smash, which version of the game are you currently playing? If you don't play Smash, is it something you consider playing in the future? But either way, we appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. We say this every time because $1 helps keep our websites up, helps keep us doing what we're doing. We appreciate you for listening and watching and doing what you do from your homes and taking your time to do it. That's crazy to us.
Yes, it's amazing. We are them boys.
We are them
love
boys.
Them boys.
We them boys. Enough podcasts.
You should know. Also, be sure to check out KIDGoggles sites. Where can we find you?
Yo, you can look up my team. My team name is Smash the Rock. Smash SMASH the THE Rock, like Rochester, like the airport ROC with no K on the end. That's Smash the Rock on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, and Twitch. That's the last one. YouTube, Facebook,
Awesome.
Twitter, Twitch. All Smash the Rock, no K.
So now you know where to find them.